So welcome, School of Environmental and Biological Sciences, transfer class. Congratulations. And let's give ourselves a hand because you made it into our school and you decided to enroll. And we're so happy to see you here today. This is our second official transfer advising program day. We have a lot of business we have to cover. I'm Carol Andrew. I'm an assistant dean in the Office of Academic Programs. How many of you have received emails from me? I should see hands from everybody in this room, unless you're just accompanying one of our students. I've been in touch with you. I've tried to give you some information in advance so you can prepare for today. Hopefully you've taken the time to look at some of the links and programs that we've offered to you. I'm going to go through our contact information for myself and for the deans up here on the board. Also, our Twitter address and an email address. If you have questions after this morning, you certainly may send them there, or you can send them directly to me. One thing I want to caution you about is that you're coming to a very large school, Rutgers University. You're part of a much smaller school, the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences. And the caution is that you're going to be going to classes, living with, joining clubs with, doing many different activities with students from other schools at Rutgers University. And many of them are very helpful, and they want to give you information and tell you what a policy is or a rule is or how something should be done. And they may be from one of the other schools. So if you're in a dorm room with somebody, an apartment with somebody, sitting next to somebody in a class, and they say to you, oh, no, that's the wrong information. You need to do this, whatever it might be. School of Arts and Sciences, for instance, has a transfer class that's required. And they see your schedule, this friend, this student, and says, you should be in that class. This may not be true. And in this particular case, it's not. And if you're not sure, you're going to go to Martin Hall, or you're going to email us or Twitter us and get the right answer. So as many of the students are, and they may be upperclassmen and they may even have been here a year or two, their information is different. You have a resource in Martin Hall's second floor, your own assistant deans and deans who are there to help specifically our 3,700 students. So that's where you come when there's a question. And if we're not the right place, then we will try to help you find where you need to go to get your question answered. So that's my caution for when you start here this fall. A few more important notes. Immunization records, you can see the information up there. There is a sheet, a handout at the registration desk with a lot of these websites that we're going to mention today on that sheet if you haven't found them already. Your term bill, they will not forget to bill you. So don't worry, it will be there. But if you want to see what's up there thus far, or as you go along, you can click into this site. New student orientation is available to you this summer. That is different than what we're doing today. Today we're focusing on academics. New student orientation is going to give you many opportunities to meet other people, find your way around the campus, and I know all of you have been to other schools and you know how it is to be a college student, but you don't know how it is to be a college student at Rutgers University. So I encourage you to go. If nothing else, you might learn how to use the bus system. You might find out where a classroom building is that you didn't know, or you might just make a friend or meet a faculty member. So I encourage you to help you make it through this difficult transition, because transferring is not easy, socially or academically, for many students. This will help catapult you forward, along with hopefully what we're doing today. And then finally, I have the placement testing website up there. You should have seen this on your enrollment pathway. But if you didn't and you think you might need a test, or if your advisor today suggests that you need a test, that's where you would go for that. Now I want to see in the room how many of you have come from a New Jersey community college. If you could raise your hands. A lot of you. Okay, hands down. How many have come from a four-year institution? All right, a fair amount. How many of you have done both? A lot of you. We're going to cover some of that in the next couple of minutes. So, determining your transfer credit. I am going to go through your individual evaluations, or how to read your evaluations today, but first and foremost, you have to have a grade C or above in order for a class to transfer. That means a grade C- does not transfer, a P for pass does not transfer, an S for satisfactory does not transfer. If we have requested syllabus on your evaluation and you have not sent it in already, please get it to us, because a class may have transferred for elective credit, but it might be equivalent to a course here that's important to your major. So if we've requested something, especially for chemistry, biology, or math, or perhaps you've already taken some nutrition courses, we want to make sure that if it is equivalent, that we find out that it is. And the way we do that is once you send us a syllabus, not a course description, but a full syllabus, we send it to the faculty member who teaches that course or to the department who reviews that course and determines how it transfers. So if you haven't done it yet, get it to us because it takes a while to get it done. If you're taking a summer class, how many of you are taking a summer class? Great, that's terrific. We encourage you to do that if it's going to help you move through your program. If it's not at Rutgers University, if you're taking it at home, at a community college, or your institution that you're leaving, make sure they send us an official transcript when you're done. Once we receive the official transcript, we'll update the evaluation that you have today. So if the class that you're taking this summer is a more important class than that transferred from your first semester in your previous school, we're going to switch those classes out. And we're going to make sure that you have the best credit needed for a smooth transfer to Rutgers University. And then the final point here is the one that's probably the most confusing, and that's how the maximum number of transfer credits work. We will accept credits up until you become a full-time student with us in the fall. For students coming from a community college, whether it be a New Jersey community college or a community college from New York, Pennsylvania, we got a few of you, or even anywhere else, you can transfer up to 64 credits. This is true including this summer. If your last full-time school in the spring was a 4-year or 2-year institution, we will take up to 64 credits. Once you become a student here in the fall, you're done. Okay, there's no going back. If you're coming from a last sending school that was a 4-year school, and this is important for those of you who went to 2 schools, we will take up to 90 credits towards your degree programs. Again, this is your last sending school. So this past spring, if your last school was a 4-year school, we will take up to 90 credits. Even if you're taking some summer classes, that won't affect that decision, but the maximum is based on your last sending school. Once you become a student here, and you decide you maybe want to take a class next summer, you can come to our office and formally request permission to do so. Don't just go take a class. We want to make sure, 1, you haven't met your maximum credit limit, and 2, that it's a class that will transfer appropriately for your program. There's a form you fill out, it's online, but you got to bring it to our office and get that approved. So I know some of you may still have some questions in your head about this. You can always come to Martin Hall during the school year and ask us the question, and we will try and clear up and determine whether or not you can take another course. Now, for those of you that are those New Jersey Community College students in the room, and there was a lot of you, how many of you have completed an Associate's in Arts or an Associate's in Science? Quite a few of you. Terrific, and congratulations on doing so. If you have an AA or an AS from a New Jersey Community College, you are entitled to be reviewed for a waiver from your general education requirements. This is called the Lampet Bill or the statewide transfer agreement. If we have not received a transcript that has posted your Associates in Arts or your Associates in Science, we will not have reviewed your transcript yet for this waiver. So make sure that that last transcript that you send to us has that posting on the transcript. We don't know for certain, just because you took 60 or 70 credits doesn't necessarily mean you earned a degree. You're going to learn about, in a little while, a program called Degree Navigator. Some of you hopefully have gone on it already. Has anybody in the room gone on their Degree Navigator program yet? Okay, a few of you. Penny will be happy to know. There's a few of them. On your Degree Navigator, in the left-hand column, there's a link called Notes. If you click on that link, There'll be a note there saying whether or not you got a waiver. These again are for AS and A students. If there's no note there yet, that means we haven't reviewed you. If it says you're not eligible for a waiver, you can appeal that. And if it says you're eligible for a waiver, that means you do not have to take any general education requirements. If there is a course in the general education requirements that is a prerequisite for something in your major, then you would have to take that regardless. So that's the New Jersey Community College degree holders only, and not for students who have an applied degree. I don't think I mentioned that.